Wait, wow, where's my pro license? I need a race. Shit, it's Georgia. Like, I don't need an ID to vote. I shouldn't need an ID to race. Like, maybe I should go grab it.
What chance does a privateer have?
Welcome to Supercross.
What do you say to a factory ride?
If you guys didn't get that joke, then shame on you. Jumping right into it. Daytona 1.5, 1.5. Probably not a good nickname, but it's a pretty cool track. It's a little bit different than Daytona, and I'll tell you why. They were actually able to build on the embankment. Daytona, the incline is so steep, you can't have a rhythm section built on it because the guys would be jumping sideways. You know, this isn't Excite Bike. So with Atlanta being not quite as slanted, they were able to get up onto the actual track itself. Not all the way up on the top of the embankment, but sort of at the very bottom. And, you know, they had the sand section, they had like another little rhythm section, which I think is really cool. I actually like the track because it wasn't so incredibly fast. Yeah, the rain made it interesting, and we haven't had a big mudder yet, so I was looking forward to a big mudder. And these Dirtworks guys, they find dry dirt, and they keep adding the dry dirt into the track, which is a safety thing. I get it. There's so many guys that crashed, and you know, I've got another video on some of the crashes because those big doubles, when they're digging at the bottom of it, it becomes a huge G out, and you don't want these guys scraping their pegs against it. It's gonna get dangerous. So yes, it's an innovation thing that we might not ever see as big of a mudder as we have in the past because the innovation and the track crew's getting so good at keeping the track dry, which is good and bad. Mainly good, sometimes bad for viewers. I think I'm in the minority that I like mud races because it enables the privateers to take a stand and blow their bikes up for $1,800. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This sport irks me. Yeah, you guys know my channel. I'm pretty much a woes me and pessimistic and all. Life experience, guys. Life experiences. But with that being said, I gotta give it out to my buddy Jerry Robin for making the main event. Like, hands down, that was an awesome heat race. Good for him. A little bit of trouble in the main, but hey, step in the right direction. And what I just previously said is just basically my own bias as far as just a little bit lack for words. I don't know what needs to happen. I can suggest things to try to make it more advantageous for the privateers and just people in general to make this more of a professional sport where these riders can retire, keyword, retire, by being a professional. You don't need to be the Michael Jordan. I don't even know somebody that's in the NBA that was still able to retire wealthy, but pretty much anybody. You know, second string. I'm kind of going on a tangent here and it's not making any sense. Take that for what it is. Moving on. I got a kick out of watching the best riders in the world double through the whoops. Yeah, in the main events they were started to blitz them, but I giggled. Something inside me I got this big smile because of it. I don't know, just was like, I'd be doing that when the track was nice. But it just makes you feel good that, you know, they do it when the conditions are really bad, rainy, real muddy, slippery. Actually, that doesn't, now that I'm talking about it, doesn't make me feel as good about myself. This is not how I wanted this video to go. My script is extremely different, so I'm improvising. Here's a question for you guys. Do you think they should have kept the full race? Because they only cut it down by 2 minutes. It's pretty much one lap. One lap to save the track. Who came up with that? One lap. As opposed to 15 minutes plus one, we're gonna do 13 plus 1. As opposed to 20, we're gonna do 18. It's 1 lap. And the track wasn't even really muddy at the end. Yeah, I'm sure it was gnarly. I mean, we saw it. The whoops were cut out every which way. Ruts were everywhere. But 1 lap.
Oh.
I don't know why that just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Before even the weekend, Daniel Blair had a good idea as far as making points for heat races to just make it more exciting, to where you had to do really well in their heat in order to finish well at the end of the season. I honestly think that's a pretty good idea, but that's a totally different topic. I also like how he pointed out that everybody, factory guys, only got 1 qualifying session, 10 minutes, 10 minutes on the track. Oh man, these guys had to learn this track in 10 minutes.
Because of the weather, they had to get rid of the free practice and the second qualifier. They had 1 10-minute session. The most laps that were done today was 7 laps for the 250 riders.
Press day was canceled. Might as well just effing call them privateers, because they had to learn the track in 1 session. Am I making a connection here? Privateers always get the short end of the stick, but then when the factory guys do, something we gotta talk about? Huh, interesting. Interesting. Not that this adds any value to my video whatsoever, but did you guys watch The Science of Supercross?
To see what ocular motor visual functioning kind of looks like within the sport. All right, so Seth, what I want you to do, follow my finger with your eyes, keep your head.
I'm somebody that's had over 10 concussions, you know, like I've lost count, you know, wake up in an MRI machine, feel like you're gonna be abducted by an alien. You're half naked, you have no idea what's going on, you don't know what date it is. Just some experiences, I guess. Back to those life experiences, you know what I mean? I guarantee you, there was a good percentage of us, after watching that, we were sitting there. You know, tell me if you tried it, and what were your results in the comments below. I'm just pointing out the key topics or segments of the race. Right before the 450 main, Feld was nice enough to show us this little chart between strengths and weaknesses between the title contenders, Cooper Webb and Ken Roczen. All I got out of that was Cooper Webb, not talented. Ken Roczen doesn't have a dick. He's got no mojo. I'm just kind of going, what? Like, I think it just speaks for itself right there. I'm like, Feld, you guys have got cardboard cutouts of fans. This is 2021. That's politically insensitive and incorrect. Let's cancel Feld. Let's do it. Hashtag cancel Feld. I like it. I'll come up with a lot of good ideas. That's one of them. And I guess actually getting into some actual racing is probably what all you guys are here to talk about, bitch about, banter about, debate about. The main event. Dude, I feel so bad for Aaron Plessinger. Just made a small little mistake. Just looked as if he just jumped and came in a little bit too hot, just leaned over. You know, a lot of guys made some simple, silly mistakes. And after that, we want to talk about mojo. Looked like he lost his mojo. Kind of went backwards. You got Cooper Webb. Ends up finishing 3rd. Does exactly what he needs to do to keep the championship alive. I also thought it was really interesting that Tomac hits on the Wheaties button after AP goes down and is like, I can effing win this. What does he go do? He goes and wins it. He does the Tomac afterburner thing that he always does. And he did it with one last lap. One last lap, if you can believe it. Sexton. God, almost won 2 races this year. Is it bad luck? Is it rookie? Or is it both? I'm gonna go with both. Everyone's giving Cade a really hard time. Where was his blue flag? Where's blah, 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 blah? Yes, probably did get a blue flag, but he was just holding his line. He was doing exactly what I think he should do. He had no idea Sexton was gonna jump and run into him, and he just followed through the rut, made sure he didn't crash. And then what did he do? He went wide and got the F out of the way. What did Sexton do? Jumped, almost took them both out. Then he decides to make a split-second decision. When you're racing, you're in the moment. So I don't fault him for this, because gonna say I would have done the same thing, but I wasn't there, so I don't know what I would have done. But he made a split-second decision to hug the inside, to keep Tomac from stealing the win from him. Maybe he thought Tomac was too close to him. Where was his pit board that said plus 3 seconds, 4 seconds? You got time, buddy. 2 laps to go, you got time. Is that a mechanic's fault? Is that just Sexton? Could be about the bad luck I'm talking about. What he should have done, A, not run into Cade. 2, went wide so he could double-double. Actually, did the next double, but the first double would have won the race, maybe. Tomac afterburner might have been all for naught. We don't know. Probably all for naught, because it's what Tomac does. He either rides like shit, or he rides like he's cheating. But stop giving him a hard time about it. Cade did... After this here, Cade did the right thing. He did the right thing. I'm on his side on this one. You guys should be too. That's all I have to say about that. Now go watch the other video. I couldn't find it. Maybe I could sneak in, still race. You know, I know Feld has let riders sneak in after not even lining up for the LCQs before, so might not even feel bad if Hopper shows up in races without a pro license. Brah, 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 brah.